place to keep us in chains. By show of hands, who else is sick and tired of the same 1%? Trying to keep us small, trying to keep us from getting out. Minimizing the struggles they've caused, saying we're not working hard enough.
We really should stop this fighting. Otherwise, we'll miss the fireworks.
There won't be any fireworks.
And here we go.
And welcome everybody to a very grumpy, a very full, a very tired edition of Suck It Podcast, where I am joined today not only by Kat's mom. I mean, by Kat. We're joined by Kat's mom as well.
You gave it away too early.
I did. I messed that up because
yeah,
I'm still in a food coma.
That happens.
Too.
That bacon wrapped turkey did wonders on my psyche. Let me tell you.
Oh, I bet it did. I bet it did.
It was our eggnog.
Yeah, mixed with lots of rum.
I was getting ready to say, was it mixed with? Yeah, okay, there we go. That'll do it.
Yeah, because my husband travels so much, we get fancy alcohol from places that are far away, and we had Jamaican rum and Guatemalan rum, and we were drinking all the rum.
Yeah,
Drinking all the rum.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Jack Sparrow up in this bitch.
That's right. That's right. One time somebody actually asked me, what would you do if like you knew the world was going to end? And I was like, I would eat all of the food and drink all of the rum, all of it.
But why is the rum gone?
Right. Yes. But why is the rum gone? Yes. I can't do it as well as he, obviously. Which, by the way, can we talk about Johnny Depp? Because I'm a little mad that he's not Grindelwald anymore.
Yeah,
like,
actually, I would love to talk about this because this whole situation, it's not just him; it's the situation, and I would love to talk about that.
Yes.
Let's talk about it.
Okay. Let's unpack it.
Yeah.
Okay. So, for those of you who don't know, 2 weeks ago there was a civil suit that was settled in court. That was settled in court between him and his ex-wife, Amber Heard.
Mm-hmm.
He lost that court case.
In the UK.
Correct.
Right.
It was a defamation of character, I think it was, or something along those lines. Anyway, surrounding the whole thing. Now, here in America, she admitted everything. The whole thing came out as a whole bullshit thing. However,
she did?
Oh yeah.
Well,
There was evidence the whole 9 yards. But then over there,
I've heard
for some reason,
but I didn't know she admitted to.
yeah. But anyway, over in the UK, he lost his court case, and because of that, they were like, "We can't be associated with you anymore." At Warner Brothers, and they
fired him.
Well, they asked him to resign.
Right, which is
Fired.
So my mother doesn't know what happened. So do you know who Johnny Depp is, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
So he was married and they were in a very abusive relationship. However, she came out and tried to claim that he was the abuser, and he took voice recordings of their phone calls where she admitted in multiple different ways that she was actually the abuser. And so there was court cases about it because she had claimed in court under oath that he was the abuser, and come to find out he wasn't abusing her at all.
Not at
He was
all.
defending himself. And so in the UK, he lost a suit against her, basically, which I don't even think he technically lost. I think they just threw the case out. Is that right?
I have to look at it again. I thought he lost the case, but maybe it was just thrown out. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, but anyways, he's an amazing actor. Like, he's really good at his job, period.
Right. Yeah.
And on top of that, he didn't do anything wrong.
Correct. Well, here's the worst part. Here's the worst part.
Really amazing role that only he can nail, by the way. I mean,
Correct.
I'm sure that they'll find somebody and they'll be fine.
They already did.
But they won't be phenomenal like he was.
They already found somebody.
Yeah.
Well, here's the worst of it all.
What?
She is making Aquaman 2 right now, which is made by Warner Brothers.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
I wonder if she's
Got them in their pocket.
or her vagina.
Right. That too.
But yeah, so Warner Brothers asked him to step away, but she gets to keep her job with
She
Aquaman.
must be banging somebody.
I don't know, but
I don't
this
either.
comes down to this whole cancel culture bullshit, for lack of a better word. You know,
I feel like it's deeper than that. Even
but it goes. It's the whole thing as a whole is redonk. You know, it's just lost all credibility at this point.
In the justice system.
Correct.
Which we have lived through, by the way.
You know, I mean, whether it's a whether it's a comedian making a dark joke on purpose for the
Right.
sake of making a dark joke,
right.
and then they immediately backlash at him. Hey, guess what, people? That's what comedians do.
Mm.
You know, if they're up there making racially sensitive jokes, then guess what? Just don't listen to them.
Mm.
You know, if somebody makes a movie that you're not okay with, just don't watch it. No need to frickin' raise protest and tell everybody to cancel this person or, you know, cost them their livelihood over something that you just don't agree with. I'm so sorry that in this day and age, people have to be so fucking sensitive to every damn little thing that they can't frickin' just take a damn joke or, you know, side with reason. It's
Right.
ridiculous.
And logic.
Ridiculous.
I am so on board with that.
I always say to my son, logic and reasoning. Ooh. Because it seems like people are, get angry at logic and reasoning.
They do. And, you know, my sense of humor is very dark. My sense of humor is very, very,
No.
What makes you think that?
honey. You know, it's one of those things where I never worry about it, but at the same time, in the back of my head, people are, you know, there's this little voice back there going, "Are you sure you want to say that? Are you sure you want to say that?" Like the other day, I did just a me episode. It was on Monday, just a me episode, and it was talking about this again, talking about that extreme group of Christians called 1 Million Moms. And for those of you who hasn't listened to the episode yet or haven't or don't know about them, 1 Million Moms is basically a very, very straightforward Christian group that enjoys attacking the media and television companies over whatever they deem unacceptable, whether it be, you know, gay couples in TV shows or whether it be, you know, somebody insinuating a cuss word in an advertisement, or, you know, they've just done a lot of different things, and it's very, 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 very bad. And then they are labeled as a hate group, but still they pay money, they go on the news, they do a bunch of stuff, and it's just horrible. Well, they started a new campaign for against the Hallmark Channel for featuring a gay couple in one of their movies.
Oh no.
Yeah. So my show the other day that was specifically just with me, I went off on them. Again, this is the third time this year that I've had conversations with them in vulgar tones. But one of the things that I said in there was, you know, I started reading some Bible passages and some other things like that. And one of the things that, you know, is basically
Own a Bible?
No, it was called Google, my dear.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I was like, wait a minute. Hold up a minute.
But so what I ended up saying was this. So in the Bible, if you read it carefully, the reason why they condemn gay, you know, being gay is twofold. Number one, they only mention man-on-man homosexuality. They never mention anything about lesbians. Number one. But number two, the reason why it's condemned is because for the man who is on the receiving end, it gives them feminine-like qualities, and women back then were deemed, you know, basically not human and, you know, inferior beings. So with that logic, I said this. If you want to go ahead and use the Bible talk about why, being gay is wrong, then we need to talk about this. Because of the fact that if two men lay together, it gives them feminine qualities, and feminine people in the Bible are weak and inferior beings, then you should not be running a company as well, because you're an inferior being, and you need to not tell me how to live my life because I'm a man, and you need to shut your damn mouth and get back in the kitchen and make me some pie.
Right.
And I said that on my show, and I'm saying it again right now. And just saying those words in the back of my head going, Derek, what are you doing? Derek, what are you doing? Derek, what are you doing? and I had to stop myself for a second. I'm like, okay. I said,
get hate mail from women.
I thought I was gonna, but I didn't. It's gotten
Not yet.
it's
Give it time.
gotten a ridiculous amount of views and listens so far. It's crazy, and I haven't gotten one bad email yet. So I'm actually quite happy about that. But the whole point was, if you're gonna go ahead and use the Bible as a buffet, then you're gonna get called out on your shit. Because that was one of the key things in the Bible, that women were inferior. So if you want to go ahead and take a portion out of that's calling out men, but forget about the fact that you're supposed to be an inferior being, why are you talking to me right now?
We interrupt you. It's okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So it also talks in that same chapter about unnatural affection toward one another. In that same chapter.
Correct.
Yeah, so we've had this conversation on here. It's a translation of the Bible. I forgot about this. Derek, my mother is very religious.
Good. We can have this conversation all day.
Yeah, I know, but so he and I are not.
I'm not religious
okay,
at all, but
so-
I consider myself a minor historian of religion and the Bible. I am
Very, very minor.
I am
Well,
very,
and
very.
I am not. I don't know. I cannot recite to you very many Bible verses.
And neither can I. But I can recite to you the stories and what's in each chapter and stuff like that, and where it comes from and blah blah blah.
Right.
I can do all that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not religious, as they say. I'm more spiritual.
Me too.
I consider myself more spiritual.
But she wholeheartedly believes in the ghost, or the ghost, the God and Jesus and the Holy Spirit type thing. So moving on. Anyways.
Yeah. No. That's perfectly
We've
fine.
had so we've had that conversation on here, and basically it's a translation. That whole verse is a translation that nobody really knows what they were trying to say, but the homosexuality, there was literally a court case brought against somebody changing that into homosexuality, because it was, and they lost. And so they had to take it out of that. Yeah, exactly. They had to take it out of that translation of the Bible because it was deemed in the court that it was completely wrong, that nobody actually knows what they were trying to say in that verse. And therefore you can't just input your own biases into whatever you want type thing.
But the thing about it is, regardless of that, if you go to the New Testament.
Oh, but people still swear by it. Yeah.
I know. But if you go to the New Testament, when Jesus died, all those Levitical laws, which include also selling your daughter into slavery, which includes stoning your neighbor that works on the Sabbath, and all this other stuff, were abolished because of Jesus' death.
Right.
However, the hardcore Bible-thumping Christians say, well, that one superseded everything else, and that one still sticks around. How?
No, because bull hockey.
I know.
Because the bottom line is, you're right. When Jesus died and went to the grave, his only commandment was to love one another.
Correct.
Period. Okay. It doesn't say if they believe like you, or if they act like you, or walk and talk like you. It says love one another. So I don't care if you're gay, lesbian, black, white. I don't care. Our goal is to love each other. Period.
Exactly. You just hit the nail on the head, and thank you so much for saying that.
Quit sucking up.
I'm just trying to get her to call you Kathy live on the air.
I'm going to stab you live on the air. I'm going to drive there and stab you on the air.
She is my Kathy. There
See,
you have it.
thank
I
you.
said it.
Thank
Yes.
you.
I do not call her Cat. I call her Kathy.
I know you
She's
do.
the only one allowed, other than my sister and my brother.
Your brother.
Yeah.
I know I'm not allowed, and that's why I do it.
Right. Just to get the rise.
Exactly.
So moving
'cause
on to
that
the Bible.
that face is just priceless.
You know what I also just realized is that I totally have a Grinch smile when I want to.
Mhm.
It goes with your bitch face.
Yeah, she definitely does have resting bitch face. I can tell you that much.
Might come by that naturally. Just saying.
Very nice. But anyway, back to the Bible. Kathy.
Yeah, back to the Bible.
Right.
Yeah, it's just I just hate when what yeah, you too. I just hate when it's their way or the highway, there's no in between. And one of the biggest things about the whole versus Hallmark Channel things is one of the biggest religious people and like Christianity, Bible thumping Christian actresses in the planet is not only in one of these movies on the Hallmark Channel, but she's also hosting the whole thing, and that's Candace Cameron Bure, from Full House. Candace Cameron and her brother Kirk Cameron are Kirk's a little bit more on the extreme side, but Candace Cameron is a huge Christian and has said no to many different things on the Fuller House reboot because, it goes against her religion and stuff like that. And she's very faithful, but she's not one of those people that pushes her beliefs on everybody. And she's out there doing these movies with Hallmark without a care in the world. And yet this other Christian group is like, hey, you can't do this. But what I find is funny is there's another set of commercials out there right now that it feature a woman in drag or man in drag, and promoting, and he's also going back and forth between man and drag and man and drag, promoting children's clothing. And you know what they haven't said anything about? They haven't talked about that at all. Do you want to know why they haven't talked about it at all? Because it's RuPaul, and RuPaul would destroy them. Because RuPaul is right now the spokesperson for Old Navy. And he is all over every Old Navy. There's like 5 or 6 different Old Navy commercials featuring him.
I've
And
always
some
loved
of them,
Old Navy.
Some of them are in drag, some of them aren't. But they haven't said a damn word about that. No, they haven't. And they know they can't because they know that they would be destroyed by RuPaul. RuPaul would be like, oh, listen here, bitch. And that would be the end of it for them. But it's one of those things, again, that they pick and choose their battles to make themselves seem worthy.
Right.
You know.
Well, and I was talking to my sister the other day too, and she was like, "Oh no. The Old Testament is completely separated from the New Testament, and like the New Testament canceled out the Old Testament essentially." And I was like, "Well, then why, like, if I had written a book or if I was a part of history, I would be like, hey, let's separate these two and make them two completely different books, and you can research one for history, for people history, and you can follow the other one." Like, I would not put those two things together at all. I don't understand why they're still in the same book.
Well, and that's the other thing too. I mean, because the thing about it is, the Old Testament might be canceled out per se with the New Testament and Christianity. However, the Old Testament, the old book, is still what they use in Judaism. That's the only book that they use. However, they kind of ignore the Levitical law stuff.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like people who follow Jewish religion,
They use, but they also and they strictly use the Old Testament. That is their book.
They're so accepting and loving.
Exactly.
Really? I had no idea.
Yeah, because they can't use the New Testament because it talks about Jesus.
And but there are Christian Jews that have accepted Jesus. And let me just say, the reason I think these two books are together is because it actually shows you the grace of what Jesus did for us. Okay? Here's how life was then. Now look how life is now.
I still would separate the fuck out of that shit. Like, I I would be like, at the beginning of the New Testament, I'd be like, hey, Jesus did some cool ass shit. Go read that other book.
Well, I think that's how it was originally intended, to be totally honest with you.
Right.
And I'd have to go back and check my sources, but it was originally intended to be as such. However, when the Romans redid the Bibles, they separated the two.
I see.
You mean
and that-
combined?
Huh?
You mean-
No. Originally, it was supposed to be written as one gospel. However,
Then they changed it.
when they changed the Bible in Roman times and they
Mm.
redid it, and that's when they omitted all that other stuff that they didn't want in the Bible, they turned it into two separate books.
Have you read those other books that are?
I have. That's where it talks about Jesus being married to Mary Magdalene.
Yeah, I'd love to read those.
I saw a TikTok the other day that said, "Can you imagine if we like demeaned any other woman or female species? Like, oh, Larry got ate by a girl shark. Can you imagine?"
Yeah.
That's funny.
And female sharks are actually more assholes than male sharks in the ocean.
And the same thing for lions. I know. Yeah.
Same thing for humans. Honey,
Yeah.
trust me.
It is
Same
very
thing for
true.
humans.
Truth.
Yeah.
But no, in there they in those books, it talks about how there was one instant. I mean, there's a couple different stories of like Jesus as a child, where the way it was written made him look like a complete like asshole.
Yeah.
Like
Because he was still a kid
yeah, but like he was like a your average kid, and
with
just
superpowers.
correct. And the way it read, it kind of made him sound like a dick, so that's why they omitted that. And then also the Mary
I'm gonna
Magdalene
burn
stuff.
this bird.
Also like the Mary Magdalene stuff, where he was actually married to her. And prior to the Roman times, she was never known as a prostitute. It was only after Roman times was she known as a prostitute, because they added that in there to demean her, to make her seem worthy than Jesus' love, less than worthy of Jesus' love. But in reality, they were married. So theoretically, Jesus' bloodline could still exist today.
Theoretically, right.
Theoretically.
I know that thought always makes me wonder, makes me go,
Yeah, we'll never know.
No.
There's no way. But I mean, theoretically, there could be a group of people walking around this planet that have Jesus's blood running through their veins.
Theoretically, right.
I mean, it's
Or
yeah. I mean,
spiritually.
yeah, but I'm saying, but like, I'm talking biologically.
No, biologically.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
I mean, and that fascinates me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an
Absolutely
interesting
fascinates me.
concept.
Right. With what we can do with DNA, I would love it if somebody found his like body or something.
It would be impossible to find that body.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Speaking of cool, impossible, weird things that we found, did you hear about the monolith in Utah?
The what?
The what?
Okay, so in the middle of the desert, somebody found a big giant metal fucking thing coming out the ground
Okay.
that they never saw before.
Like a capsule or what?
Nobody knows what it is. They won't tell anybody where it's at anymore. Like now that the one person found it, because it was a geologist that found it. He was doing a helicopter flyover and he found it. And then they had to go back into Google Earth because they thought, oh, maybe like some artist or something like put it there, because that's kind of what it looks like. But they went back on Google Earth like years and years, and it's always been there. Always. And nobody has known about it. But yeah, there's just this big piece of metal in the middle of the desert, like a rock desert, and it's a perfectly square piece,
So why didn't somebody go dig it up?
rectangle, because they won't disclose where it is, because the geologist that found it is, I'm sure, studying the shit out of it right now.
Is it
But
like
Time capsule or something?
no, like what's the word I'm looking for? Is it a piece of like earth metal, not like man-made metal, right?
I'm gonna show you a picture of it right now.
Send it to me on text.
Oh, on text? Okay.
Yeah,
Are
because
you gonna put it up?
I can put it up. Yeah.
Let me send it to you from a reputable news source then. Here's USA.
Yeah, reputable, please. Not Fox News.
Is there one?
On text?
Well, or Messenger.
Okay. I prefer Messenger.
What do I see here?
Come on, multitasking, Kathy.
No. See it?
Yep, I see it.
It's
What the hell?
huge, right? It's huge.
What is that?
That's a dude.
That is.
That's how big it is.
But it looks man-made.
It does. I know. We know. We know. Nobody knows when it got there, how it got there, who put it there.
But back through the Google Maps, it's been there all along.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can see the weld. You can see the weld or the bolt points. You know what I'm saying? You can, if you look at this picture, you can see.
Oh, on the edges?
Yeah, on the edges.
you're
Yeah.
right.
So.
I don't know, but it's in the middle of Utah desert, and there's people trying to find it.
But for what purpose? I mean, I don't get it.
Nobody knows.
I think they're just making mountains out of molehills. I think I'm too interesting to me.
I agree, and that's what I thought originally. But
There's a however coming.
I thought that whenever they first, because this has been going on for weeks, like a week at least.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, somebody will come out and say, oh yeah, guys, I'm just an artist and I put it there. Don't worry. That's what I did, blah, blah, blah. But nobody's come out and said anything. And when they went back on Google Earth to find out how long it's been there for as long as they can tell. So either an artist put it there however many years ago, or it's fucking weird.
I just think it's fucking weird.
I think
Yeah, I mean, there's no real way to.
right?
It doesn't make any sense. Again, it looks man-made. There's weld points on it or bolt points.
Yep.
On the edges there. I mean, I don't see why this is a story. I just think it looks like somebody dropped something off in the middle of the desert that they didn't want anymore.
I
It stood up. Yeah.
They didn't want to drop it off at the dump because they probably knew they'd charge them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what it doesn't look alien made or anything.
no, but it's still just fucking weird. For the first person to get there, when officials in Utah on Monday revealed they had found a shimmering metal structure deep in the Red Rock Desert, they refused to say exactly where, but it only took 2 days for somebody else to find it, basically. They were aided by internet sleuths who had quickly geolocated the structure on Google Earth and posted the coordinates online.
So people know where it's at.
So somebody from the UK, well, I don't know if it's somebody here. So yeah, I guess they found out where it's at. So he said, I decided to go there first because I was drawn to the fact that this object had been there for 5 years, hidden in nature. His name is David Serber, who is a 33-year-old U.S. Army infantry officer who drove 6 hours through the night after finding a Reddit post. This guy's crazy. I love it. State wildlife officials originally spotted the object. On November 18th, while conducting a helicopter flyover of the remote Mars-like terrain to count bighorn sheep. And that's when they found it. Said he tracked the flight path of the helicopter until it went off radar, a sign it might have landed. It's not visible in historic satellite imagery from 2015, but appears in October 2016, when scrubland in the vicinity also appears to have been cleared. So somebody put it there.
I think you're right. Somebody dropped it off so they didn't have to pay
to dump it.
I think it was probably just an artist. But like this was only like 4 or 5 years ago. Why wouldn't they just say?
But it doesn't even look like
story.
art.
A lot of things don't look like art that are.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a non-story that people are just trying to take our mind off of something. The idiocies of the government bullshit.
You know, I love how we're just ignoring him now. It makes me so happy.
Actually,
Everybody just doesn't give a shit.
I've been following his Twitter feed.
Have you?
Oh my god, just to watch his demise. It's hilarious.
It's amazing.
However, he did a news conference either this morning or on Wednesday, where he finally started taking questions from the audience and from the reporters. And in there, he finally said, if the Electoral College votes for Joe Biden, he will concede the election and he'll be done.
Yeah, I saw that. Huzzah!
When does the Electoral College vote?
No
December 11th.
December 11th.
They meet up on December 11th, and then they have until it's like a 10-day period, like December 21st. They have until to get all of their votes in and stuff like that. And then on January 10th, the Senate meets to certify the votes of the Electoral College. So that's pretty much where it's at right now.
Aren't we all?
That's the day.
It's not a Biden. It's not Biden.
All fucking riot.
So will a lot.
Well, that's the thing about our messed up non-democracy, because we're not a democracy, is the fact that they could all go there on the 11th and say, you know what, we're just not going to follow the popular vote.
Right?
They don't have to.
Nope. TikTok education has stepped in once again. Thank you, TikTok.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
TikTok
No.
education.
So there was
real thing.
there is a lawyer on TikTok who has come out and said, no, that can't happen because, funny story, the I don't know, Senate, Congress, whoever is in charge up there passed a law like just a year ago that says that the states and the people who are on the Electoral College can no longer do that. They absolutely have to vote.
It depends on the state.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. But from what I understand, they passed a law recently in the past year that the Electoral College can't do that shit anymore, and it's fucking bullshit anyway. They shouldn't have been allowed to. So if they do, they'll be breaking the law.
Again, I think that's only in certain states.
You better be Googling it.
I'm Googling it right now because I don't trust
Right.
TikTok.
So now I'm gonna go back to the monolith while you Google that, because somebody
Obsessed with this monolith.
I am. It's cool. So it says, while many have suggested wait. So anyways, they thought that it says initially experts suggested it may have been an unknown work by the late John McCracken. That is a cool fucking name, by the way, who is known for his plank, quote unquote, sculptures. His gallerist, David Zwirner, initially confirmed this, but the gallery later retracted that statement, saying that they believed it was another artist paying homage instead. McCracken died in 2011, which would make sense as to why he wouldn't be able to come out and say, hey, I fucking did that. Or have done it because it came upon in like 2016. Yeah. Some online then narrowed in on another artist, Patricia Le Fonhock, who installs totemic sculptures in secret desert locations and crucially used to live and work in Utah. But she told the online art magazine ArtNet that while she did have the thought to plant secret monuments in the desert, she, quote, cannot claim this one. So the creator of the totem still remains a mystery.
Interesting.
But it is man-made.
All
right. So it is a state law in individual states. It's not a federal law. So the states can
Which
How
states?
many states?
I didn't see how many states.
Answer the question.
Oh my gosh. She's creating so much work for you.
Yes.
It doesn't say which states have that law because it's a law. It's just a law of different states. It's not like a mandatory thing. Because let's see here. In 2016, 3 faithless electors voted for Colin Powell instead of Hillary Clinton, violating a pledge under the state law to vote for a candidate who won their most votes in their state. So it depends on the state. Some states have laws, saying that you have to vote with the popular vote. Some don't. And the only thing that happened to them was they were fined monetarily for not voting for Hillary Clinton.
They should just switch the vote. They should be fired and switch the vote.
Well, no, well, another state tried that, and then the Supreme Court said you can't do that
Why?
because they can't.
Well, you have given her an all-day job. I just want you to know that.
I'm mad.
Yeah.
They fucking better.
She's gonna be Googling the shit out of that stuff.
I mean, and like I said, it's theoretically possible that they could all just band together and say fuck it, but
Right?
it's not likely. Because at that point, then we would have a civil war in our hands.
Oh yeah.
We sure would. Yeah.
I thought. Never mind. Whatever.
Yeah, all of all of the the pansy ass Democrats will be writing letters while the Republicans are storming their houses. No, you can't touch us like that. Please stop.
You're a Democrat too. Shut the
I'm not
fuck
a
up.
Democrat. I'm in between. However,
You voted.
I did. But the thing about it is I'm okay. Quit trying to cancel culture me. It's a joke, damn it. I'm telling
Not
my
what that
mom. I'm telling my mom. We don't like guns in our houses. Please leave.
That's funny.
We're in the middle of a war. Yeah, well, this is how I fight with my words.
My words.
With my words.
We use our words. That's what my mommy told me.
Don't hit with fists. Hit with mind.
I love your mommy already.
My mom's a Looney Tunes.
You would like her mom.
Oh, my mom is absolutely batshit insane.
Me
That's why
too.
they would get along.
Yeah.
Let's
I
talk
think-
about my mommy's crazy times.
Oh Lord, let's not.
Oh, come on. They're fun.
Go for it. Which
She one time
I
stole
don't have
this
any.
guy's truck and
Oh.
parked it in the middle of the not in the middle of the highway. She parked it on the side of the highway, like in the middle of nowhere though, and chucked his keys in the
in the woods. And as I drove to that point, I threw out all of his tools along the way.
Wait a second. So not only did we have
took
our
his
first, Grand Theft Auto admission on my show, which is fantastic.
I
Um,
didn't
what was the
It wasn't
reason?
Grand
Gave it
Theft
to me.
Auto. Yeah.
He let
You
me
just said
drive it.
you just said she stole it.
No,
What?
she didn't. Well, okay, you're
You
right.
said it.
She did not
Yeah.
steal it.
Yeah.
But she did drive it to the middle of nowhere and throw his keys in the middle of a field.
I
So
did.
why did you do this?
Because he was a jerk. And
He said he didn't want me.
he threw a chair through my car window with my daughter in the back seat, which was threatening her life, and said he did not want my daughter around, so he needed to die. And so I couldn't kill him. So the next day I took him to work, and he gave me his paycheck.
honey.
Yeah. He signed his paycheck off to me, and it was a chunk, I'm not gonna lie. And I took his truck home, not home, but I took his truck back to where we lived, kind of, sort of, and threw out the tools on the way and threw the keys in the field. And he didn't have a ride home from work that night. He was a little livid, not gonna lie.
I wasn't there for any of it.
No.
I was in school or something, I think.
Yes. No.
That's a good story.
Right? I've got more.
We could stop there. I think that one's bad enough.
We could,
We could.
but
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 what would be the fun in
when
that?
when somebody threatens my babies,
It's a mama
that's
bear
end of
thing.
Story. Yeah, end of story.
Yeah.
see,
Well, I mean, you done raised yourself a strong ass independent, woman that
Yes.
puts up with my shit and sets me straight.
Puts up with a lot of shit from a lot of people. Trust me, honey.
I'm
Oh,
sure
that's
she
something
does.
to brag about,
Oh
guys.
yeah, she is a strong woman. I am very proud of her.
I'm so yeah, but she took my shit on voluntarily. I don't even know how the hell she handles
I
it.
know. Well, she's a little crazy like her mom. What can I say?
She's not wrong.
Nothing like a challenge in the world today.
Oh, I'm a challenge.
Oh yeah, you are. I've watched your shows. But I love you.
Oh, thank you. I love you too.
Thanks.
I'm just, I'm a little eccentric.
Little.
So tell me how good your turkey was for Thanksgiving, though.
Okay. So first, let me go ahead and explain to you how I did this.
Okay.
So I did first off, I didn't do a wet brine. I did a dry salt brine overnight. Okay.
Mhm.
To make sure that all the water is out of the breast, and not out of the breast, the skin, so it would be a nice and crispy skin. So I did a dry salt brine overnight, uncovered. Then I rinsed it all off. Then I separated the skin from the breast, and I stuffed butter in there. Now that butter had 3 cloves of garlic, olive oil, salt, pepper, and parsley in it. Then I just stuffed that bird in between the breast and the skin with all this gloriful butter, and then drizzled some olive oil on top and the whatever leftover butter I had, and then I threw it in the oven at 500 degrees for 20 minutes.
Wow.
And it came out all crispity and crunchy. Then turned it down to 325, and I layered 6 pieces of bacon across the top of the turkey, just pretty much primarily on the breast. And then I covered it and I baked it the rest of the way. I baked it 3 hours like that, and I took the cover off, and then I let it bake the rest of the way for like another hour and a half without the cover on top, so it gets extra, extra crispy. Let it rest for 2 hours.
Really?
Yep. Let it rest for 2 hours. And then we cut into it. And let me just tell you.
Was it an orgasm in your mouth
Yeah,
immediately?
I can see it on your face. It was.
Yeah.
I was stunned. Like it worked better than I ever could have imagined. I'm talking, it was amazing. I could not even tell you how amazing it was. I'm like, put it this way. The breast was as juicy as the dark meat.
Nice. See, we didn't even have a turkey because I can't
They
like
don't
turkey.
like turkey.
How do you not like turkey? Do you have ham?
I would have come to your house if I knew you were making it like that, though.
Oh my God. But here's the great thing about it. It
Yeah.
did not have a bacony taste at all. There was no bacon flavor to it at all.
I would have liked the bacon flavor.
Well, I'm sure it would have been great, but it did not hold the bacon flavor. It just held the grease and the juiciness of it. And when you like pressed into the breast, all it did was just like it oozed out juices. I mean, it was
Wow.
yeah, it was so damn good.
So you want to bring me some leftovers?
Those leftovers are going into a turkey pot pie for dinner.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
Hell yeah. That's like
How big a turkey was it?
15 pounds.
And who all came to dinner?
Me, my soon-to-be ex-wife, and my daughter. That was it. It was just the 3 of us.
Soon to be exit. That's a fun Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
They still live together.
We still live together too. So.
Yeah. Oh.
But no. It was just the 3 of us. But we bought a bird that big intentionally, because we like to have the leftovers. We like our turkey pot pie the day after, and then Saturday we're gonna have turkey noodle soup.
Ooh, that's my favorite.
And
My
we're gonna.
grandma makes her own noodles, or used to make her own noodles.
Oh yeah, see, I'm
We
too.
would have turkey noodles.
I'm too lazy for that. I went to the store and bought no yolks. But what we do with the turkey noodle soup is what we'll do is we'll take the leftover stuffing and dribble that inside the soup. Therefore, you get stuffing and vegetables and turkey, and oh my God.
Sounds like to die for.
It really, really is.
How far away does he live?
About 45 minutes.
About 45 minutes.
We could certainly make a trip today.
I'm just saying, it was fantastic.
It
Sounds
sounds
like it.
fantastic.
I'm going to put myself into a
that's
food coma again today.
So December 11th is the same day that we do your special 100th episode. Or
Well,
not 100th episode.
Not 100.
I'm
We already
sorry.
did that
the
one.
kids' charity.
The kids' charity,
for
yes.
Christmas.
Yes, I believe so. Well, no, I know that is, but I believe it is December 11th, but I know we are doing our thing on December 11th, yes.
Yeah.
Our 6-hour
Well-
event, yeah.
If you're doing a kids benefit, you don't want to talk politics on that day. year.
Well,
Do you know?
well, here's
Well, I know,
here.
but if you're trying to gather money for children, I think we should leave politics and religion out of it.
Do
Just
you?
I
saying.
cannot.
The children aren't going to be watching.
Yes,
Right.
I'm letting
But the
people know.
mothers who donate money aren't.
Well, I
That's-
can't tell the comedians what to say.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have comedians.
Oh yeah, no. It's a concert.
Oh,
so
okay.
And
It's
there's
not just you.
no. It's gonna be a 6 hour long event. Right now we have 13 bands booked and 10 comedians. And it will definitely be 18 plus. I mean, it's definitely going to be a vulgar display of power. And anything goes really.
Vulgar.
But again, it's going to be it's not going to be kid friendly, but it is
it's for
kid-
the kids.
it's
still.
for the kids. So
Yeah.
it's a place for parents to come and enjoy a night of just awesomeness and give money for kids. That's what it's about.
Awesome. And
I
what
don't
time
re-
is this show?
It is going to be 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so 5 o'clock for you if you're going to be over there.
6 to midnight.
Yeah, 6 to midnight.
Well, I could watch 2 hours of it.
You could.
I go to bed early.
Yeah. I'm trying to find out. I think I have 2 calls that day, and I think one of them is at 6. So I'm trying to figure out if what time I'm coming. Basically,
That's fine. Whatever time you get in is what time you get in.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna be there for 6
Isn't it?
hours. So, like, just the bands alone are gonna compile 4 hours of the event,
Right.
and then the comedians will take up the other 2.
Mm.
I mean, it's
Did you
gonna
ever
be.
ask if Tony wanted to come on,
No, I did not.
hang out?
No, I got Damon coming on.
Well, ask Damon if he wants to bring Tony.
Yeah, I will.
I'm sure they can vibe together because they're friends.
Yeah, but it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be
Ooh, what time is Damon coming on?
whatever time I put him on. He's sending me a recorded set.
Oh, okay.
So here's how it's gonna work. So all the bands, with as far as I am aware, as of this moment, are doing pre-recorded sets.
Oh,
So they're recording them. They're all in the process of recording them right now and then sending them over to me.
oh, that's nice.
Yes.
Okay.
So I can kind of pick and choose when I play who and what and where. As far as I'm aware, there's only just the comedians that are doing live, because we're just gonna bring them all on Zoom together and have them start doing their jokes. Therefore, they at least have verbal people to be playing off of and not just doing one-on-ones, you know what I'm saying, into a mic with no feedback. So
Yeah.
we're going to have all the comedians on there while everyone's doing their sets. Therefore, they at least have a laugh track in the background. With the exception of Damon, who I think is just doing who's putting together a sketch.
Yeah.
But we got a musical comedian and Phil Johnson, who does a lot of songs and that kind of stuff. And then we've got everyone from, it's amazing. We got so many good people coming on. I'm so excited for this. It's 2 weeks from today. Holy shit,
Right.
it's 2 weeks from today. Oh my God, it's 2 weeks from today. Yeah, I mean,
Amazing.
coordinating this event has been it's scary. I mean, there's so much that's going to go into it. It's yeah. But I think we're going to do a good job with it. I think we're going to raise a lot of money with it. I set up a donation page through the Toys for Tots website. Therefore, we can track everything and then have just one centralized link for everyone to go to donate their money, which is nice. And everything goes directly to them, and there's no middleman or anything else like that, which makes it easier as well. And it's just going to be a great night, and I'm really, really excited for it.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean,
Sounds
just
like fun.
the amount of music alone I'm excited for. I just get
Right.
to hit play and sit back and relax and watch this awesomeness unfold. So much good stuff. So much good stuff.
Right.
But again, that's December 11th at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and available live for free on YouTube. So you can come on and watch just for the sake of watching. You don't have to donate. However, all donations are appreciated because, again, so many kids and families have been through more this year than we realize. We can sit here and say, oh, yeah, we know, but we don't know. You know, and there are a ton of people right now that are sitting there saying, how am I going to make sure my kids have a Christmas?
Yeah.
So that's what this is all about. I want to make sure that every kid no kid wakes up on Christmas morning without a toy underneath their tree.
Yeah.
Or at least if they don't have a tree, a toy by the side of their bed, something.
Yeah.
You know, I never, ever, ever want to see or hear about that. So that's what we're all about. And if it goes off well, we'll do it every year.
Huzzah.
Huzzah. And maybe one year, once everything settles down, we'll actually be able to put on like an actual concert. And I don't have to worry about doing it through OBS. Like I can actually bring everybody in to one centralized location and just have a fucking blast that way.
A party.
Hell yeah, because we could do it like this. You know, we'd have a band come on, and then while the other band's setting up, you have the comedian.
Mm-hmm.
And then you play, the other band plays, and then while the other band's setting up, you have a comedian. Therefore, there's no gap in performances. It just flows the whole day.
Wouldn't that be distracting for the comedian?
No, because they'll put a curtain up.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing they really have to set up is the drums, and everything else just kind of rolls out. And then they can, you know, tune the guitar on silent and just have it between them and the audio tech. So, I mean, therefore the crowd doesn't have to hear that. So, I mean, there's lots of different ways to get that done. You know, you can also do the sound check at the beginning of the day before it goes live and not have to worry about, as long as you don't touch any tuning, just plug and play. So, I mean, there's lots of different ways to do that.
My son on that concert. Just saying.
He plays mostly like metal bands and rock bands.
I will, but I do anybody and everybody.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do anybody and everybody. I don't discriminate. I've had two different country acts on here.
Mm-hmm.
I've had rap and hip hop and everything else in between. I've had it all on here.
My son is really good. You would like him.
Yes, your lovely daughter Kathy, you know, brags about her brother all the time.
Oh, okay. Good.
We
She
tried to
should.
have him on here once, but timing was off. It was bad. So
bad.
yeah, but we'll have him on sometime.
Yeah, but no, I mean it's 2 weeks from today. I'm really really excited because it's the biggest event I've ever planned, and I'm really kind of curious about how it's going to come out.
Right.
It almost makes a party you look like a good guy, which
know.
is, different.
I don't want anybody to get a false impression of me though.
Right. Be careful. Yeah, be careful.
Nice.
Because and that's why I'm gonna do a set that night.
I know.
I'm gonna do I'm gonna do my set that night. You know,
Are you?
I'm gonna have to because I don't want anyone to come across with that me being a good guy.
Right.
You
No,
know,
of course not.
no, of course not. So right in the middle of
I have to destroy that.
right in the middle, I'm gonna destroy it. You know, right in the middle of a charity event for kids, I might tell a rape joke. You know.
Super.
Not you.
No. Do I look at the person that would say a rape joke?
No.
Yes.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
Or compare getting married to going to a BDSM club and getting spanked by a mistress and saying, "Thank you, ma'am, may I have another?" No.
There you go.
Does that sound like something I would say? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does. I can see it.
Yeah.
And now
That's why you have a soon-to-be ex, I'm
That's right.
sure.
That's exactly what it is. That only gives that joke even more power now.
Right? Exactly. Brings it right down to reality, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And on that note, hey, are we doing this at noon on Friday the 11th?
Probably yes.
Okay.
Hang on, after we go off, I got something to tell you something. So, probably yes. And then we will not be here Monday because you are gonna be going.
Pansy ass bitch.
Yeah, you're going away for a weekend.
Yep.
I'm
I'm not doing that anymore, by the way.
Oh, you're not?
No, we had to cancel because they tightened up restrictions everywhere.
Oh, okay. So then let's still do it
But
Monday,
we're
and then we'll
not-
decide. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Motherfucker.
Let's still do it Monday, and then we'll decide from
No.
there. Yes.
No, we're
Yes.
doing it on Fridays now. We decided already.
No, you decided.
Well, and you agreed. The fuck?
You ain't my wife.
I'm your work wife.
You are my work wife.
Exactly. So we do it on Fridays now. I ain't being here on Mondays no more. I can't.
You can do it on Mondays. You don't have to have her.
Yeah.
I can just come on here and rant and sound like an idiot for a
There you
couple
go.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, okay, so fine, next Friday then.
See how it goes.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, and that'll do you. Again,
Yeah.
Don't go shopping today.
No.
Shop online. There's no reason to shop in stores because the exact same deals that you have online are in stores. There's no difference, and sometimes you can get better deals online. You just have to wait a couple days. Wait, it's Christmas. It's supposed to be Christmas presents anyway. If you're buying something for today and you need today, then you're wasting your Christmas money and you're wasting Christmas deals on something that should be for Christmas. So don't buy. Don't go shopping.
No
Jesus,
shopping.
No shopping. Jesus, don't cause a super spreader event.
Legit.
Right.
Jesus, and if you want to call me a sheep, well, who's the real sheep? That's all I gotta say. I think we're all sheep at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't really have a
Just
choice.
our coats are different colors.
Yeah.
But we're all
Sometimes.
fucking sheep. But anyway. All right.
Right.
So
Love you guys.
love you too. We will
Thanks
see you
for letting
guys.
me be here.
Of course.
Yeah. No problem. It was nice to have you here. It was nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A little bit of a different spin on things.
You know what we should start doing? If I can't make it, she should come on.
Oh yeah, right.
No, but for real.
Yeah, but for real, no.
Yeah. She said hell no.
No, she
Hell
did.
All right. So we will see you guys. I will see you guys on Monday night. And then we'll see each other, all of us, next Friday at noon. But until Monday, stay happy, stay healthy, and as always, stay heavy. We'll see you.